Why hello there, fighter pilots, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky, Episode 10, Flameborn. So I got the probe consciousness, so let's go over to the other ship debris site. That's this way. The ancient site. Way faster to fly than to... in 10 seconds to fly, 10 minutes to walk. Waiting for my temp. Oh, okay. There's a blizzard coming, never mind. I was waiting for my thing to max out, but... Here we go. Offer up the brain. It gets really hot in my hands, which is nice, because I'm super cold. And then back to my ship. So this gives me the harmonic brain that I need to be able to activate the Sentinel ship. Come on. And time to go back. There was knowledge stones there, but it's like way too cold for me to hang out outside right now. Do Sentinel freighters? Sentinel freighters aren't a thing. Sentinel ships are a thing for like interceptors or whatever, but Sentinels don't make freighters. They make dreadnoughts, but you can't use them. I'm just gonna park on your ship. All right, here we go. That is a lot of slots. Compare it. Yeah, you can see why I jumped to this. Because it has so much more protect. Look at the cost. 50 million. I'm a claim. Yeah. So there's some unique features of this. It has a Sentinel cannon, which is not like the photon cannon that you start with. This one, I guess, came with a phase beam. I don't love phase beams. The pilot interface is just how I use it. Its anti-gravity well is different than the launch systems of my ship, so I can recharge this with radiant shards or pugnium. And then the luminance engine, which is the pulse drive, is radiant shards or tritium. And then the crimson core is radiant shards, warp cells, or hypercores. And what's really powerful about this is I can charge its warp drive with radiant shards, so I can get full warp with just like a radiant shard, which is incredibly inexpensive. So it's a really, really cheap ship to use and maintain, in other words. It also can hover, and this is what it looks like. It has a little Cylon front. They're a bit RNG, the way they look. But, you know, I don't dislike the way this one looks. It's pretty good. So, question to you all is, next goal will be up to you. So I can work towards surveying planets and find habitable ones. For that, it would be... capturing my own freighter. Improving the ship would be probably adding better weapon systems to the ship. Improving personal gear, that's kind of straightforward. Blueprints, questing, or viewer suggestions. And then before I leave this distant planet, one of the things I want to do is to harvest all the things I need in order to fully repair my Omni tool, or my multi-tool. So, repairing, I need 2 crystallized hearts, a radiant shard, some Atlantium, and an inverted mirror. I'm not going to get that right now, because it's freaking Elsa cursed outside, but once it's not so cursed, we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, the other thing I could do is to switch back to my old ship and to strip it for its mods. Because these, like the rocket launcher is stuck on, but the shield boosts, the economy scanner, the hyper, you know, the other bonus parts I can pull off. So this is all the things I could dismantle. Do I have to manually move cargo? Yeah, I do. Oh, and also the cargo of the ship too. Yeah, I think that's what you were saying. And my brain was a little not thinking about that. Because I'm prepping my starter ship for sale. I intend to just sell it. Come on. Oh, that's the launch. I'm just spacing everything out. So that I can achieve the adjacency bonuses. What does the Sentinel ship look like in the cockpit? I'll do that in just a second. Oh, that's the wrong parts. In fact, I'm going to destroy these parts. They don't sell for really anything at all. This new ship also has a ton of free slots, which is awesome. And now my old ship is ready for scrap. So I'm just keeping the things that might be useful to me on me. One more minute to vote on the quest. And if the storm's clearing, let's go ahead and mine some stuff to repair my multi-tool. So my multi-tool got a lot better, and my ship got a lot better. So things are looking up. Significantly up. Another thing I ought to do before I leave is to get kind of a lot of Radiant Shards, because these Radiant Shards can act as like a recharge for everything. They can recharge the shields, they can recharge the engine, they can recharge the launch. They're like a universal power source for the Sentinel ships, which makes it really easy to run Sentinel ships as a result.
Extreme cold damage detected.
I know. It's chilly. I was hoping to find some more supercharged slots, but, alright, so 2 hearts, an inverted mirror, and 60 adamantium. You guys want me to work towards surveying planets? So, add better shields and weapons to the Sentinel ship. That's actually, that's working towards the survey, I promise. Is there a way to make a Radiant Charge Farm? Radiant Crystal Farm? No, there is not. It's not a something you can grow from scratch or anything like that.
Extreme cold damage detected.
Oh, ow. Can't wait to be off this planet. This planet is rough. So you asked about the cockpit? This is what it looks like. And when you first get in, all of the glass is actually opaque, and it like reveals as you... So next time I get into this ship, I'll show you what that looks like. I just don't want to land to have to show it. So I'm looking for those inverted mirror harvesters So that's what I need to repair my tool before I work on the next thing. Oh, look, now that I don't need a facility to park at for free, I get one. Because of course. This is definitely not the sexiest Sentinel ship I've ever seen. Once you once you have the combat capabilities to find echolocators, it's not that hard to get Sentinel ships, and in a way, it's maybe one of the best ways to farm cash, regular units, just because of how much these Sentinel ships salvage for. Hello, hello! Hey, there's a storm crystal here, too. Oh, I got another echolocator. God, is that ever tempting. Did I already lose my tail? I think I did. 2-for-1 special, I know, right? And an echolocator, right? You know what? I'm going to use it, and I'm going to give you guys the option to do the other Sentinel ship or not. I'll be completely up to you. No pressure. But I wouldn't mind seeing the multi-tool that unlocks as well, because if it's like an S-tier multi-tool, that would be incredible. Although I did just invest a lot in this multi-tool. Sometimes you'll find, oh, did they see me? No, they're not hostile. Yeah, at least look at it. Because this thing kind of looks like a puddle skipper from like Stargate Atlantis or something. Like it doesn't look super combat. It's way stronger than my starter ship, but it doesn't have that like sexy sleek look. But on the other hand, they do salvage for like 50 mil, which would mean that I would not need credits like again this stream if I scrapped it. So check it out. Always worth the look. If this was like a lush planet, because sometimes you could find dissident lush planets where like you don't have to almost die constantly running around, it's so much easier to do these missions. So if you do happen to find a lush dissident planet that has like a lot of the inverted mirrors and stuff like that, save it. Save it. So what do we got? We got 9, 15, and 4. And this riddle is always the same. It's always just like do simple math.
Thermal protection falling.
The other thing is the appearance, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe the appearance of your ship is like registered as you approach. So if you don't like it, you can also save scum, where you can save right before you head over there and then just look at it continually. I believe the quality, it's an A tier. Okay, well, awesome, but ouch. Awesome because it's significantly better than my current multi-tool, but ouch because I'm gonna have to do this whole process over again. A class tools are not super rare, but like they're not that common. They're pretty good. And as I said, the class gives a blanket bonus of like, it's not, I'm gonna make numbers up, but it's like 3, 5, 10, 20. So like S tier is like a 20% blanket bonus over the, you know, over the the C tier. So this is, you know, and this has probably more turbocharged slots as well. So I'm gonna exchange because I don't like having multiple tools at once. just a personal preference of mine. The game doesn't itself care. But that just means I have more things to break down.
Incoming storm.
Before that storm hits. Get the heck back in here. It's worth a lot more, yeah. That's why I was like, all right, I just have to take it. It's not a matter of personal preference. It's just so much better. So I don't need a scanner. I don't need a visor. They come built in. Advanced mining laser. We'll put adjacent. Now the best tools, in my opinion, are the ones with like a whole bunch of turbocharged slots next to one another. So this slot is turbocharged. As you can see, it has that like purpley outline. So once I repair it, I'll have 2 turbocharged slots adjacent to one another, meaning that my scatter blaster is going to be even more ridiculous.
Technology recharge.
Okay, let's head over to the dissonant spike. And just take a look if you guys like the design of the ship. A turbocharged cell gives you like a huge bonus, and the bonus depends on what you stick in there, but here's an example. Here's my shield at 3333, and here's it in turbocharge at 4141. So it just makes whatever you stick in there more powerful. And the bonus of the turbocharge is greater than the bonus of adjacency. So similar adjacent items give you a bonus, but it's a much smaller bonus than turbocharge bonuses. Same planet should be the same design? No. No, it's random. It could be. Has a chance to be, but it could be entirely different. I've had multiple different designs. Oh god. You can also see that these things, so it is the same in this case. Let's see if it's a different class though. And I'll have you guys vote whether or not we take it. Oh, it's a C class. I could take the brain and just sell it too. Should I get the second ship? I wouldn't use it because it's a C class. My current one's a B class. Also, the name of my current ship changed. Wasn't it the E Blessed? And now I'm the N Flameborn? Wait, did I? I went back into the ship I own. Yeah. No, it's the E Blessed. I'm really confused as to the name. The game doesn't even know.
Storm clearing.
This class gives me weapon shard. Sure. It is reload time and fire rate. Oh, that's actually a decent one. Could I scrap it? Yes, I could scrap it. There'd be a lot of money in doing it. So if I want it, I need an inverted mirror.
Thermal protection falling.
Yeah, it's a little cheeky. Stuck myself in a little cliff so I wouldn't freeze to death and mining.
Repaired.
But that clears up that supercharged slot. So you see the damage potential is like 8k right now up here. If it's not supercharged, it's 7k. So it goes, or 7.3. So it goes up as I put them adjacent and supercharged to one another. The shell greaser is not as... It's not worth more supercharged. It's not... There's better slots to put supercharged, I'll put it that way. So, Inverted mirror, huh?
Temperature detected.
I like this planet for its plentiful inverted mirrors and ships and all that, but it is too cold. Now, in my opinion, if you're going to invest in a singular element to be resistant to, I do suggest you invest in cold. I'm not going to spoil as to why, but there isn't actually a really good reason for it. Just trust me with that.
Temperature detected. Thermal protection falling.
So if I had to pick between radiation, cold, heat, and toxic, I would pick cold 100% of the time. Yeah, it's a storm crystal.
Thermal protection falling.
I thought there was radiant shards around here, weren't there? That's why I parked myself here. Are they... Did it really stop for the ones way over there?
Extreme night temperature detected.
Just kidding!
Technology recharge. Extreme night temperature detected. Thermal protection falling.
Oh, they're there. Apparently I'm blind. How are they right in front of me? I didn't even notice. Line of sight. A lot of the crystallized heart, that's stuff that you get off of killed sentinels.
Extreme night
So if I really want to fix up my my multi-tool, I'll need to find the best way would be to find an empty facility and to use it as a line of sight blocker to farm them.
technology recharge. Extreme night temperature detected.
Ooh, it's a cluster of salt or sodium. It's an important distinction because this game has both sodium and salt as resources, and they're different. Sodium is obviously Na, and then salt is NaCl, and they're not interchangeable at all. One you typically find in oceans, and the other is like these salt plants and sometimes resource nodes that you can hit.
Technology recharge. Prepared.
So the slots that I'm prioritizing to clear out are the ones adjacent to the turbo ones for adjacency bonuses. More bang for my buck that way if I get scattergun upgrades.
Extreme night temperature detected. Thermal protection falling.
gonna head back to the boat. I think the best way for me to find inverted mirrors is just do low and slow passes over the terrain until I find one of those inverted mirror harvesters. There's a little bit of wiggle room when you bottom out for your temperature, or like you won't immediately die. You might lose some health, but generally you don't go from. You start losing shields, and it's like kind of a slower process, thankfully. Flying through the whole damn mountain to get back to the ship. Well, that confirms it. Incoming blizzard, definitely going to be in my ship. So low and slow for the mirrors. The other thing that you can do is to just blast the resources like this. It's a weird way to do mining, but like it will work. As you can see, I'm collecting some of the stuff I shoot. Not all the resources can be shot at like this, but I did get and this is particularly way easier to do in Sentinel ships. As you can see, the Sentinel ships can hover in place, which is unique to the Sentinel ships. It's one of the reasons why I like them, because it just allows you to sit in one spot if you want, whereas all other ships require some sort of forward drift. It doesn't allow you to stop ever. And I think there's a inverted mirror right up ahead in front of me here. Yeah, there's one right there. Oh, next to a bunch of storm crystals. Yes, please. Play my cards right, I could get a bunch of storm crystals out of this too. So storm crystals, I'll go for first because they only can be grabbed during storms. Got all four. I'm freezing. Okay. I should get back to my ship and let my Haz protection reload before going for the mirror. So these storm crystals can only be harvested on extreme storm planets. As you can see, they're worth a lot, right? That's 844k. But they also are the ingredient to make really good warp cells. I don't think I actually have the recipe for the really good warp cells, but they allow you to make these warp hypercores that I would need to unlock using salvage tech. But still, nonetheless, they make these things which fully regen your hyperdrive. However, in this, for Sentinel ships, they matter a whole lot less because the radiant shards fully regen your hyperdrives as well. So for Sentinel ships, it's cheaper, in my opinion, to just use radiant shards. But on all other ships, the hypercores are amazing. So for those specific storm crystals, I may or may not use them for hyperdrives. I'm not sure. Come on, Storm, go away. I have a Sentinel sitting on the top of the ship. You see that? It's like embedded. Camper. And then the larger one right there, that thing probably has a crystalline heart too.
Weather update. Storm clear.
All right, here we go. Do hypercores have much less worth? Yes. Yeah. I don't know why. Because pretty much the only thing you do with the storm crystals is making them to hypercores.
Extreme temperature detected.
But it ruins its resale value. I think it's because you can get hypercores as... I know why. It's because the game gives you the ability to get hypercores as quest rewards, but they didn't want those quest rewards to be worth like $250,000 apiece to make it really easy to farm cash. But instead gives you the ability to travel as a reward, whereas the storm crystals are farmable on storm worlds if you're daring enough and have the tech to do it, and can be turned into traveling fuel, or can be just sold for cash if you're strapped. Ow!
Extreme temperature detected.
Another case of the thing teleporting on me. I'm just gonna keep digging. Get away from it. Does that hurt? I don't want to die again.
Critical damage taken.
Oh, what the hell? It did it again. Which is weird, because it doesn't see where I am. See how the swarm is still hunting? It means it doesn't know where I am, but it still, like, teleport jumped onto me. What I have found is if you just keep... oh, I hit ocean. And a cave. If you just keep digging, like, you eventually get away. So I did get the inverted mirror, so now I can probe consciousness and figure out how to get a pristine brain, a harmonized brain, I should say, to put this, put the other ship back together. Man. Hi, ocean. A little tired of getting jumped. It's funny that it jumped me and also didn't know where I was. It just like smashed into me. If I had more shield upgrades, they'd be a lot less dangerous though. I'm not sporting a lot of shield boosts in my own exosuit. We're almost done. I won't be going for a third. A second gives me a lot of units, so I don't have to worry about economy. A third is just straight greedy.
Thermal protection falling.
Alright. Harmonic brain obtained. And if you wanted to farm units, as I said before, this is definitely... if this was not a hostile environment planet, this is definitely one of the ways that I would suggest. Because not only does it farm you a lot of units, but you have a chance to find an S-tier ship doing this, which would be incredibly valuable. And also, every time that you enter a new camp, it gives you a chance to find an S-tier multi-tool, which is incredibly valuable. And I have a personal preference for Sentinel ships and Sentinel multi-tools.
Technology prepared.
Alright, there we go.
Falling.
Cool. I'm actually going to fly the new one out because it will allow me to salvage it. So compare and claim. So the next thing I'm going to be working on is, I want to get weapon systems for the new ship so that I can take out space pirates. So the question I have for you guys is how to farm for nanites for weapon systems. Destroy sentinels or pirate outlaw smuggling or questing. I'll have you guys pick. I will preface to say that the outlaw smuggling is maybe the quickest way, but it requires me to do considerable survey of the local sectors. Destroying sentinels gives me the ability to get... Destroying sentinels may be a very reliable way, though. But I can try smuggling first. If that's what you guys vote on. Oh, I lost the cobalt I mined because it was stored on my starship. If I go to like a nice, pleasant planet and kill a bunch of sentinels, that's a really good way to get tons and tons of nanites too. And it's kind of fun too. So this is worth 16 mil. Not bad. Bye-bye. If I'm lucky, it will... Oh, yep. I was lucky. It selected my starter ship next. So I'll scrap that one too. Bye-bye, Radiant Pillar. Starter ship that pissed me off. Oh, good. I even got even luckier. It gave me another ship I want to scrap. The Triumph of Sleep. And then this should be the Sentinel ship I'm aiming to keep, yeah. Oh, this is a solar sail ship? No. Maybe it's just one with... I don't think it is. Hey, they have tritium. And dioxide.
No free slots in suit inventory.
That worries me that it's no free slots in suit inventory. That I didn't have room for all of the salvaged parts. Whatever. I have more money than I need. I have 29 mil now, so even if that's the case, it's not going to kill me. The other thing I should be looking for is when I visit new planets or new dissident systems, I should be looking for dissident systems that are like not that hostile so that I can farm the sentinels there and repair my ship and my multi-tool. Because my ship and my multi-tool have a lot of damage that that could use repair. Also, I believe my own ship took... what took damage? It was my shields and my exosuit. So I need ion battery and wiring looms. The ion battery costs... the ion battery costs cobalt. And the loom is just something I buy. And cobalt's a pretty... you won't usually find cobalt for sale. So here are all the modules that I got that I can install on my new ship that I got from scrap. So like shields and I don't care about phase beam. Infraknife I care about, but not maybe C-class. Photon cannon, just because that's the weapon I have now. And the others I can just sell. Yoda got... Yo! Yoinked! Yeah, he's going out. Going potty. He's stolen.
Product received.
So I'm wrapping it up here. How many nanites do I have? 300? Something?
Technology recharge.
I definitely don't have enough nanites to buy anything fun. And the blueprints that I don't care for, I can just sell. For a little bit of nanites. It's barely going to sell for any, as you can see. But maybe enough to buy one nice thing. like launch systems, but I don't care about launch systems so much. I'd rather have, yeah. I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save up for good weapon systems that I care about. So you all decided that I'm gonna do some weapon smuggling, or tech smuggling, whatever you want to call it. So, outlaw, smuggle for nanites. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 19th and August 20th. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, and if you have any feedback, you can let me know there as well, but please keep in mind that this was a mini-series, so all of the content has already been recorded and changes cannot be made. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to help to influence the games that I play, please join me on Discord. A link to Discord can be found in the description of this video and also on my website. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers and Twitch viewers that turned out to the marathon, my Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow space explorers.